marking Memorial Day with a visit to Arlington National Cemetery, honoring the American men and women killed while serving in the U.S. military.
Freedom is worth the sacrifice. Democracy is not perfect, but it's worth fighting for. If necessary, worth dying for.
The solemn commemoration coming as the country continues to grieve the horrific mass shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, that left 19 children and 2 adults dead. Those killings reigniting the fraught national debate on gun control and putting new pressure on the president and lawmakers in Washington alike to take meaningful action.
I know that it makes no sense to be able to purchase something that can fire up to 300 rounds. The Second Amendment was never absolute.
The president signaling a hint of optimism about some of his GOP colleagues in Congress.
I think things have gotten so bad that everybody's getting more rational about it. At least that's my hope and prayer. I consider McConnell a rational Republican, and Cornyn is as well. I think there's a recognition in their part that we can't continue like this.
But Biden also indicating that his own hands are largely tied when it comes to major actions pushed by gun reform advocates.
I can't outlaw a weapon. I can't, change the background check. I can't do that.
Over the weekend, the president and the first lady traveling to Uvalde to console a traumatized and broken community. As he left church, Biden confronted with anguished onlookers. Back in Washington, some Democratic lawmakers also sounding cautiously optimistic.
There are more Republicans interested in talking about finding a path forward this time than I have ever seen since Sandy Hook. We're talking about red flag laws. We're talking about strengthening and expanding the background check system.
While many Republicans appear eager to focus on strengthening school security systems.
The things that would have the most immediate and succinct effect and tangible effect on these things, and that's actual security at a school.
The European Union has agreed on a partial ban on Russian oil imports. The new package of sanctions will cover upwards of 2/3 of oil imports from Russia. This cuts a, quote, huge source of financing for Moscow's war machine. The EU says it will ban 3 more Russian state-owned broadcasters and penalize individuals responsible for war crimes in Ukraine. The package will also remove Russia's largest bank from the global payment system, SWIFT. Back here at home, transport groups make an appeal to commuters as costly fuel forces jeepney drivers to skip their trips. Groups clarify there were no transport strikes. They admit, though, a number of drivers ended up canceling trips because of expensive diesel. Just today, per liter diesel prices are up by 1 peso and 20 centavos.
Humihingi din po kami ng pangunawa sa ating mga mahal na mananakay. Kayo po yung unang-unang binibigyan namin ng serbisyo publiko. Pangalawa na lamang po yung aming pagkakakitaan. Pero po kung wala rin ho kaming maiuwi sa aming pamilya o wala rin ho kaming maikargang diesel, papaano nga ho kami makakapagserbisyo sa inyo ng tama at maayos?
Transport groups continue to hope for excise tax cuts and a minimum fare hike. As they call for faster fuel subsidy distribution, they're also arranging a dialogue with President-elect Bongbong Marcos. Straight ahead on Newsnight, a world-famous landmark pays tribute to Britain's Queen Elizabeth II. Plus, pole vault sensation EJ Obiena leaps for the top prize once again, this time in Italy. Stay tuned to CNN Philippines.
Exodo, Kabanata 18, versikulo 21. Ngunit pumili ka ng mga taong may kakayahan, may takot sa Diyos, mapagkakatiwalaan, at di masusuhulan. Gawin mo silang tagapangasiwa sa libo-libo, daan-daan, 50-50 at 10-10. Ang mabuting balita ay hatid sa inyo ng MX3.
Bawal muna ang pakikipag-usap sa loob ng mga tren ng MRT. Some residents are back on the streets of Sampaloc, Manila after the 48-hour lockdown. Pagtaas ng mga kaso ng COVID-19 dito sa bansa. Naglagay na ng mga improvised barriers para sa mga nagbibisikleta. Typhoon Ulysses, a super typhoon. Christine Matulak, CNN Philippines.
Welcome back to CNN Philippines. A world-famous landmark pays tribute to Britain's Queen Elizabeth II in honor of her Platinum Jubilee, or her 70th year on the throne. Projected onto the iconic Stonehenge are photographs of the Queen, each from a different decade during her reign. The England Monument was built around 2500 BC, but questions on its purpose remain unanswered. Well, speaking of landmarks, pole vault sensation EJ Obiena leaps for the top prize once again, this time in front of the Basilica of Santa Maria de Collemaggio in L'Aquila, Italy. Obiena bagged gold by clearing 5.85 meters, exceeding his 5.46-meter pole vault performance in the Southeast Asian Games. In football, Stephen Schrock was disappointed by his exclusion from the Philippine Azkals lineup in the final round of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. Schrock told CNN Philippines Sports Desk he thinks head coach Thomas Dooley still holds a grudge against him because of his 2014 Facebook post where he said he would not play in a team with Dooley as coach.
I reached out to him asking for a sit-down to clear this up like adults, and yeah, he refused. I think we have a common goal, which is bigger than a personal pride, bigger than a personal ego, and unfortunately, I got denied this opportunity. I make myself available if ever there is a need and ever there is a demand. I'm always here for the country. I'm always trying to serve.
In an interview with CNN Philippines yesterday, Dooley said the decision was based on Schrock's performance and not because of personal issues. Pageant fans, get ready. Only 5 days to go until someone takes the coveted Miss World Philippines 2022 crown. 36 beauties will compete at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay. 3 other major titles are at stake: Miss Supranational Philippines, Miss Eco Philippines, and Reina Hispano-Americana Filipinas. Watch it as it happens live on Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on CNN Philippines. Performing on the Manila concert stage soon is British singer Louis Tomlinson. The former One Direction member is holding his first solo live show in the country on July 16th at the New Frontier Theatre in Quezon City. Tickets selling begins on June 5. The excitement doesn't stop there, though, with more international artists set to rock out Filipino audiences from 2022 to 2023. Here are some of those much-awaited concerts, including All Time Low on August 15th, Justin Bieber on October 29th, and Westlife on February 20th next year. More music news, including a U.S. tour that's bound to bring back a Disney song you probably just managed to get out of your head. Here's CNN's David Daniel with tonight's Hollywood Minute.
We don't talk about Bruno, no.
Prepare for Encanto, the sing-along film concert. The event features the movie and a live on-stage band leading the audience in all the popular songs from the soundtrack. The 32-city tour begins July 18th in Ridgefield, Washington. Tickets and more info at disneyconcerts.com/Encanto.
You're invisible. We're pissed off. We're bored. So maybe that should be our image.
With the right guidance, you could change the world.
And they did. Pistol is a 6-episode limited series about the Sex Pistols, the English punk rock band that helped spark the UK's punk movement. Pistol premieres today on Hulu. Kate Bush fans, old and new, are running up that hill. The English singer-songwriter's 1985 single is #1 on the iTunes chart after it played a significant role in the season 4 premiere episode of Netflix's Stranger Things. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And that is it for now. Join me again on news.ph at 7 p.m. and on Politics as usual at 8:30. I'm Pia Ontiveros for Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines.
This program is brought to you by
So many questions.
DYKB Radio.
Efficient internet has become key in our lives, especially amid the pandemic. From communicating with loved ones to research and doing business and even ordering food and goods, we do it all online. Yet access and connectivity woes continue to plague us. A party list is pushing for better internet as it vies for a seat in the next Congress. Joining us now for this up-close segment is Sam Buenviaje. He is the second nominee and spokesperson of Walang Iwanan sa Free Internet or Wi-Fi Party List. Good morning, Sam. Thank you for joining us here on New Day. Now, could you please tell us what is the status of your campaign with just a few days to go before Election Day?
It is a very tough campaign since we are new in the party list. We are going around different localities and barangays to deliver our message. Last Sunday, we had our motorcade in Pasig and we really made some noise. Alam niyo naman ng mga Pilipino kapag nakakatinig ng parada, talagang lumalabas sila sa kanilang mga bahay para makita ito. So maganda naman naging reception nila sa amin. They are shouting and saying that they fully support our party list at talagang nakakataba ito ng puso.
All right, so maybe you can talk to us a little bit about the challenges of internet connectivity in the country. Isa na ba tayo sa ranking within the Asia-Pacific region? There are some recent studies showing that we had a bit of an improvement in mobile internet ranking. But for you, how would you describe the situation?
From our perspective, if you want a good internet connection, you have to pay the premium. Not all can afford those premiums and not all has an access to internet connection. So our party list is focusing in the 5 pillars of internet. This is the barometer of digital happiness. Kapag naging maganda ito, mapapaangat natin ang kabuhayan ng mga Pilipino. So number 1 is yung affordability and accessibility. As I've said earlier, not all can afford the premiums to pay the internet connections and not all has the access for the internet. Number 2 is the quality. Before, nasa number 88 tayo sa broadband. But now, siguro nasa number 63 na tayo. Pero mababa pa din ito. Third is the electronic infrastructure. Telcos are having hard time in the installation of fiber optics due to strict requirements of LGU. Hayaan natin yung mga telco siguro na makapaglatag ng kanilang infrastructure. Alisin natin ang mahigpit na requirements lalo na sa pag-apply nila ng mga permit sa LGU. Ito yung tutulungan namin talaga sila doon. Doon naman sa mga hindi marating na lugar ng telcos, ito yung kailangan natin i-focus. Ito yung mga unserved and underserved. Meron tayong tinatawag na EO127. Naglalayon ito na palawakin na magiging source ng very small aperture terminal or VSAT na hindi na kailangan kumuha ng prangkisa para makapagserbisyo sa ating mga komunidad. Ito yung community via satellite high speed for remote population. Ito yung meron kang teleport sa baba, sa lupa, tapos kukuha ka ng signal galing sa satellite, ibabato ito sa mga VSAT, meron kang IP modem, may server ito, tapos makakapagtayo ka ng mga base station. Doon sa base station, meron kang mga Wi-Fi access point na magbabato sa mga community, sa mga bahay-bahay, doon sa mga baryo, maliit na munisipyo, o hindi natin kailangan ng mga cell towers para makabitan ng fiber optics.
So basically, there's no excuse to have areas within the country that don't have internet. I know that your group is calling for a digitized and smart Philippines. And in order to achieve this, do you think we need more providers or we just need better providers?
I think we need more providers kasi kulang ang mga cell towers natin, and yung mga far reach na mga isla ng Pilipinas, wala talaga silang access sa internet. Wala silang mga cell towers. Kaya naman, mas maganda magkaroon ng mga satellites, kagaya ng sinusulungan ng EO127. Babantayan natin sila.
Right. So if ever your party list does get elected into Congress, Sam, ano ba yung mga ibang advocacies na ipopush nyo sa Congress?
So we have been pushing since day one of the campaign that our number one priority is to institutionalize the satellite-based internet connectivity in unserved and underserved areas in country using the VSAT and BGAN technologies. Our call must have been reached the campaign team of Senator Gatchalian, so is now just recently proposing the enactment of satellite-based internet connectivity in school. Number two, we will enact a law that will streamline the process and requirements in the setting up of towers and fiber optics to help telcos expedite and lay out countrywide internet coverage, which have been hampered by too much red tapes.
All right, Sam, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. That was Sam Buenviaje from the Wi-Fi Party List.